So now it's time to work with our commercial style video. Now that we know how we can tell a story with our clips, how to audio design, and the concepts of video editing, this should be pretty easy for us. So in your resource pack, I got some clips and some audios. This is the storyline that I'm going with, but of course you can get your own clips and audios. So my story here is about like a herbal tea. And with the videos that I have, I'm going to show the person's week and how hectic her week was. And then she just slows down with this cup of herbal tea. So if I just place these next to each other, we can see how the story unfolds. Let's make a new sequence. I'm going to go with DSLR 1080 30 frames per second. Let's call this final. And drag my first video. Set to frame size. This is my opening scene. Someone is turning up a radio and I'm going to introduce my background music here. Just gonna need a little bit of this and cut it around here. Command K or Control K, then get rid of the excess. So once I have my opening scene, I can kind of introduce the subject's week, which of course starts with Monday. So on Monday she was busy. Here's a scene of someone working with their laptop. I'm gonna set this to frame rate. And then we have another cut of a bunch of people in the office. We're gonna assume that she's one of them. And then we reach the weekend, which she's going to be partying and just having fun. A bunch of party clips here, add them right next to your previous video. And just fill up your timeline according to your story. So this was her weekdays. She was in the office, super busy. And then she parties on the weekend. Then she's going to be waking up after that hectic week. Then you're going to need an end scene, which is basically where your product is or where your solution is. So for me, because it's an herbal tea, I'm going to need a scene of tea being poured out and then someone enjoying a cup of tea. So these are all of my videos. Go ahead and switch the position. We're going to work with the duration later. Just make sure you have all the videos you need. So I'm going to introduce the music right here, and then we can work with the duration depending on the music speed. So this is my music. I'm going to drag it right underneath. And right off the bat, you got to make sure that you are labeling your audios so that moving forward, you can handle them better. All right. So the music that I chose is relevant to the scene. I have like a vintage jazz music that goes perfectly with all of my stuff. So I will introduce it as if it's coming from the radio, and that once the person has turned this, let me mute this for a second, around here the music starts and we get to hear it for the rest of the video. So apart from this, I have like a radio sound effect. So it's like switching between channels until we find this song. Add this right underneath, label it, and this is a mono audio. So right over here, I'm going to have the music start. Before that, they're kind of like switching between the different channels. All right, let's get rid of the rest of this noise. We don't really need it. Maybe have it go on for a little longer. Command H, get rid of the first transition and just keep the second one. So for this section where we have the radio on screen, I want to make the music sound like it's coming from the radio. Alright, let's grab the music. Head over to the audio workspace. Grab that audio, essential sound panel. Then grab this audio, go to dialog, and choose the preset from the radio. Let's solo the track. And now it sounds like it's coming from this radio. We have some presets for the type of radio, so you can go for like public radio, old radio, intercom, podcast, and others. And try this one. Do the same thing with the noise audio, so we have the echo and the distance. For this one, I will stick with old radio. And that's sounding a lot better. So I have introduced my music. For the rest of the video, I guess we can add a kind of like a distant effect. Let's add the same from the radio effect. Or the rest of the music, just have it go a little louder. To blend these in, grab both the audios and put on constant power. Command Edge or Control Edge on Windows. We have this noise and then we get our music. That will play for the rest of the video. Now let's work with the second video, which is the person working in an office. But first we need to figure out how much of this video we need. Then we can work with the sound effects. So I'm going to change it based on the beat of the song. Right before the second beat, I'm going to grab the video, Command K, get rid of it, and bring in my next video. So once we change our narrative from something really mild and static to something more dynamic and extreme, I can add like a beat audio. So this will be like the club music playing in the back. And now let's move on with the rest of the sound effects. We have like a bar crowd background audio. This goes underneath the party clips. We're going to cut it a few seconds into the next video, then get rid of the excess. Let's label this clip the audio. Next, we have this bird audio that I'm going to place when she wakes up. So it's coming in from the window. Drag it right underneath. Then label the audio. We also have this other audio, which is birds singing and leaves rustling. This one, I actually kept it for the final scene where she's just in a jungle and is relaxing with the product. So put this in the last scene, match it with the last video, label it. Next, we have breathing, which is for when she wakes up. So it's kind of like the week was a nightmare for her. And she just woke up. This is like a breathing sound effect. We got some party noises next. Put this underneath the party videos. We got some cheering. Put that underneath. We're going to have to duplicate this a bunch of times, but that will be done later. Party noises. We have this heartbeat audio. Put that right underneath the sleeping video. We have another party audio. Then a keyboard typing audio, which I think was here. This is for when she wakes up. Put it right underneath the crashing audio. We're going to repeat the transition we did a few lessons back to build tension when she wakes up. The next video, she's kind of like moving in her bed. So this is like the sound of blankets moving around. Perfect for this scene. And the one before it. Office audio. Put this underneath all of the videos that she's in an office. So it starts from this video, follows up to the second video. We can extend it a little bit after the second clip, so it's as if the office sound is lingering in her head even when she's trying to relax, because this is not the product that we're going to advertise. The final sound effect is for this scene. Pouring coffee, let's put it right here. So your timeline should look something like this once you have all of your videos and sound effects kept in. Cut this off. Once you have your different audio set and your videos placed in the right order, play things back and work with the duration of the videos. So we did that for the first two videos, but I just want to do it for the rest too. And try to match the video with the music. It helps to lower your resolution. And when she wakes up, I don't want the music to play because that week is over and she's about to have a fresh start with our product. So here we're just going to work with the different sound effects. She's going to wake up. Then we get a different angle. Then she gets up to make our tea, the product. And finally enjoys it next to this relaxing view. And then here we're going to put in our final message before fading everything out. Let me see what this audio is. Alright, so once you have your duration for your clips, the audios, and everything is perfect, we can now begin by working with each individual audio. So your timeline should look something like this. If it's not looking like this, take your time, make sure that everything is perfect so that we can move forward in the next lesson. In the next lesson, we're going to continue with the different effects, add some transitions, add the graphics, and just make this commercial perfect. So I will see you guys in the next part of this project.